Artlist.io.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound. Hitting that stuff till you hearing
Music
that sound.
licensing reimagined.
Hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound. Hitting that stuff till you hearing that
Music
sound.
licensing reimagined.
Hello everybody, welcome to Brown Bear Wargaming. Sorry for all of the things that didn't work, and this was a slightly different one. I tried to be clever and schedule the stream via mobile earlier, which then meant when we came on the computer and tried to set it up, it didn't work. So, hey ho, never mind. Anyway, I'm Big Bear,
I'm Little Bear.
and welcome to Brown Bear Wargaming. Run VT.
No.
I didn't think that was going to work. The older it gets, the less likely it is that it's going to happen. Right, do we have a microphone settings? Yes, we do. We've got a little bit of music in the background. If it's too loud, let us know. So yeah, welcome to Brown Bear Wargaming. We are going to be talking about what we've been hobbying lately with. We are going to be giving you the forum to ask us any questions, anything you want. We do have some updates for Warhammer Heroes, so we can provide you with some updates. And we've got a few other updates that we'd like to share you with as well. So, Little Bear, can you show us what you are working on this evening?
I have, these dragons for Stormcast. Big dragon.
The Storm Drake Guard, were they? Is that what they were called?
Yeah, I think so. Rah. And then I'm doing the rider for him. The jouster.
Okay, excellent.
Pretty cool.
And then anything else on your hobby table if you get him done?
Probably finishing up this guy. I don't know what he's called, but he's pretty cool.
And he's got a big mace and a big pointy sword, which looks pretty cool. What are your thoughts on the sword colour?
I really like the silver from what was it called? The broadsword silver from Army Painter Speed Paints.
Okay. Has it got silver on it already?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, looks good. You can see like a bit of contrast on there as well. Looks good, which is the whole point of those. Okay, excellent.
A little bit of a tint to it, which looks pretty nice.
And then on my hobby table, I have recently painted this Breaker Boss on a Maya Brute Troggoth, which I am very pleased with, particularly the base. I'm really impressed with the base. Nice and grimy, quite swampy, and it ties in with my Uruk Warclans theme. A little bit of fire and flame on there as well, but I'm very happy with how he turned out. Just give you a bit of a 360 of him there. But yeah, very pleased with how he came out. Tried a few different techniques on him, and I did find when I put the wash on it that it made it far too shiny, and I need to dull down those colours again. So I had a good go at that with a bit of dry brushing as well over the top, and that works quite well. So you still got some of the bits in the recesses where the wash is supposed to go, but just on the top of the skin I wanted that dulled down a bit, so I was quite happy with that. This bit here though is still quite shiny, but I don't mind that. Quite happy. So yeah, that was my Maya Brute Breaker Boss on Maya Brute Troggoth. So he's cool, he's done, he's put to one side. So now I'm going to move on to the Marsh Crawler Sloggoth, I think it's called. So it's this giant goblin-y type thing, with a giant tooth underneath, and he's carrying this big giant backpacky type thing, and there's a little gobbo at the top with his drums who's beating to tell him to go faster. There's all these different chains on the back, and then alongside it is these two little gobbos, one with a net for catching things like Stonecast, and another one with another net for catching things as well. So I've taken these off, we'll paint these up separate and then we'll attach them on there afterwards. I just thought it would be easier to paint this without them on. So that's my plans for this evening, that's what I'm going to try and work through. Depending on how things go with drying time and things like that, I do have this Imperial spaceship that I'm currently painting. So it's magnetised, so I do have these bits to clip on the side, either side, and that's been covered in Army Paint to Speed Paint in the purple, whatever it's called, Purple Swarm. And then it needs a dry brush of some pink, just to help finish it off, and that will tie it in with the rest of my Hawk Lord's theme. A couple of other bits on the hobby table just to keep going with, bits to finish. But that's my plan for this evening. So we're going to start off with, I'm going to start off with one of these gobbos. Now, in my goblins recently, hang on, let's change this so you can see what Little Bear's up to as well. Where are we? There we go. So you can see us both, you can talk to us, say hello, whatever it is you want to do. So recently, with my Uruk War clans, the goblins, what are they called? Hobgrot Slitters, that's what they're called. They have been painted in a red skin tone. The main orcs have been in more of a blue skin tone, but then the big leaders and the shamans, they've been in more of the traditional green. And I quite like the idea of the three different tones in that. In Space Marines, you use the colours of helmets to try and signify whether they're captains and leaders. I thought I could use the colour of your skin. That was my idea with these. So I'm going to crack on with that. Similarly to Little Bear, I am going to use some speed paints and contrast paints for these. I do think that works quite well with these, but then I do find that afterwards you have to go with your more traditional paints, whether it's the Citadel colour range or the Duncan Rhodes Tooth Coats that we've got. Very kindly given to us by, or given to Little Bear, sorry, by Dave from MS Paints last year at ChillCon. We do find adding those paints afterwards, after the contrast paints and the speed paints, works better for us. But it's each for their own. How are you getting on, Little Bear?
Good, yeah, I'm just doing the, while I'm waiting for it to dry, so I can do my detail with the red on the guy. I'm just making it silver on the joust. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's like his lance, his jousting lance. That's what I'd say. Could I have the red speed paint, please, Little Bear? Because I think... Thank you. Give it a good shake. We did get a message earlier on our previous stream to say that that Wargamer kid was unable to join us, unfortunately. He lives in Europe and their time difference is 1 hour ahead, so apologies that it's the latest stream, and then we had issues with getting live as well. But hopefully you can watch this back, little guy, and join us from there. So, here we go. Let's get... Now, hopefully, this camera that I've got here is my phone, and it should have autofocus on it, whereas Little Bear's just using a good old traditional webcam. We'll see how that goes. So, latest updates on Warhammer Heroes, for those that want to know. We had an email earlier this week which said Dear Big Bear and Little Bear, just to confirm that the Warhammer Heroes event that you have selected to attend in Nottingham, UK, as much as we would like to have gone to Japan or Atlanta, Georgia, will be happening on, I think it said November the 21st, which is a Saturday, and we've been invited down, and we have been told that we can bring one guest. Now, whether we can bring one guest each, or whether we can bring one guest between us, I'm not yet sure, so I do need to email back and ask. We have asked my brother, Uncle Jim Bear, if he would like to come with us, which he graciously accepted the invitation. He's really looking forward to it. But we might be able to bring somebody else as well. So let's just wait and see, because the invite, we have both won an award. Another update that we have had since the last stream is that both myself and Little Bear will be getting our very own plaques in Bugsman's Bar. So yours is going to say Noah Little Bear Brown, and mine's going to say Craig Big Bear Brown, which is pretty awesome. So if anybody is in Bugman's Bar and they see those go up sooner rather than later, well, I've never been to the Warhammer World. You've been once?
Yeah.
Twice?
Once for a birthday party.
Once for a birthday party. Pretty cool birthday party.
Good chicken burgers.
Good chicken burgers in Bugman's, there you go. That's an endorsement if ever you need one. So if you happen to be in there and you see those new plaques have gone up already, please let us know. Drop us a photo if you can. It'd be pretty cool. It just helps us look for our name when we get there in November, unless we end up going sooner. You never know.
Why not?
Could be a good day out in the summer holidays.
Do you have like a parchment colour steel paint? Like a paper?
We have Holy White. We have Pallid Bone.
I want like a creamy colour.
That would be the Pallid Bone is the closest you probably get, but I don't think I've used it on anything yet, and I think it would only really work if you go over a white colour with it.
It is white.
Oh, okay then. Okay, so
it's just a contrast.
So this Hobgrot Slitter, let's give him some nice red ears to go with his red body. I'm not sure about the point on this brush, I think it might be going. It's fine, we can tidy up any mess we've made later on. Which is always a bonus when you're painting using these contrast paints. Oh yeah, that looks good. I managed to avoid his teeth, so I'll be able to come back to those later. So yes, so latest news on Warhammer Heroes is November the 21st, I think it was I said. We have been told there is a big awards dinner, and it's happening at the same time or same date around the world. So on that same day in Atlanta, Georgia is a big Warhammer event, which is the Champion of Champions event. So all the people who have won around the world in various tournaments get to go take part in that on that day to find out who is the Grand Champion of Warhammer for this year. And then they're also holding the award ceremony in Atlanta on the same day. They're also holding it the same day in Japan and the same day in Nottingham. They haven't given any more information around the actual award ceremony itself, what the dress code would be, or even like what's happening on the day. They've just said that you'll get that information at a later date. And then what they have also said, which I let Little Bear know yesterday, so he's had to get his thinking cap on, is that part of our prize we have won of a brand new combat patrol or spearhead, which is pretty cool. I mean, if you go into the shops, they're what, £95 each, there or thereabouts. Yeah. So we've won one of those each. So, have you had your thinking caps on, little bear, as to which one you would quite like the look of?
I don't know what they're called, but it's the Age of Sigma. They're like dwarfs with like gas masks and they're a massive blimp and they're like very robotic. They look pretty cool.
Okay.
No idea what they're called though.
Carderon Overlords, if I'm not mistaken.
Music licensing.
And that's what you want to have as your free prize?
Yeah.
Because I need to
so
inform
cool.
them this week. What I do like, and I think what's a good idea with that, is the new rules that are coming out for Age of Sigmar in the next couple of months. They have already announced that they're going to do a Spearhead set of rules, which is basically the same as the Combat Patrol that they released in the 10th edition 40k. And it just means that you can pick up one of those Spearhead boxes, paint up the models, or even just build them if you really wanted to, and start playing. It's a simplified version of the game, which I think for me and you is going to be a really good way of getting into Age of Sigmar. Because although we've got these models from Age of Sigmar, we actually haven't played a game of it yet. We were invited to a tournament at Murfield Miniatures a few weeks ago, but Mark said they were oversubscribed, so we gave our places away quite happily, because we didn't have a clue what we were doing. So this new Spearhead rule set sounds like it's going to be the way forward for us, definitely. And it's a game I'm really looking forward to, because the Combat Patrol rules in 40k we've really enjoyed, because they do lend themselves to quite good games. So I'm hoping that the Spearhead set of rules does the same. So have you looked at any of the 40k Combat Patrols, or are you just going straight for that one with the Age of Sigmar? Is that what you decided? Okay, fair enough. Fine by me. I'm not so sure. I like the idea of another 40k Combat Patrol, particularly with those 10th edition rules. But I'm not so sure. It might be good, especially with this new Sigmar Spearhead range, to look for something along those lines. I'm going to just have to have a look. What do you guys think online? Let me know. Drop it in the comment section. Any either Age of Sigmar Spearhead or current Vanguard boxes that you would recommend us look into as our prize for being Warhammer heroes, or a 40k set that you think, oh no, you can't miss out on this. This is the one. It's just good fun to play, good models to paint and build. Tell us what you think. Let's see. This guy with the drum is pretty tricky to paint. And the model's pretty heavy as well, which doesn't make it any easier.
Hands look really pink in this camera. It's really weird.
They do look really pink in the camera. It might be the light, but maybe turn down the brightness of the light a little bit. It's just a little dial on the top. Does that help?
A little bit. Still look very pink.
Maybe you just hand.
I don't have pink hands.
Do you spill a bottle of paint on your fingers?
No.
Okay.
Probably sweaty hands from my VR.
Sweaty hands from your VR. Tell everyone about your birthday party you went to today.
Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah. It's the same friend that we went to Warhammer World with, so bit of a downgrade, but
What, from Warhammer World?
yeah,
Don't tell him that.
I'm joking. It was very fun. Yeah. It was a Nerf one. Yeah. Lots of pallets to hide behind, and like a so yeah.
I think you're downselling this a little bit. So basically, it was in Little Bear's friend's back garden. He had, I don't know what, 30, 40 Nerf guns.
Yeah.
And it was just a full-on Nerf war. With, what did you have? Hot dogs, did I see?
Yeah. They were good. I had like 6.
Music licensing
And then you're still eating tea as well.
Mhm.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, I'm liking this red on this this guy on the here.
What do you think of this guy?
Let's have a look. No, not onto me. The camera. I'll look on the screen. Yeah, looking good.
Can't see it.
What about the banner? What colour have you done there? I can't see that.
It's like the weird bone colour.
Oh,
Look
right,
at it, look at
okay.
it on the screen now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It looks quite gold.
Music licensing reimagined.
Look at it like that.
Oh, yeah, it's almost like blended from one colour to the other. It's nice.
It's like
Oh,
a
it's like a
contrast.
scroll colour. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
You could maybe add like just a little bit of white into that maybe once it's dry. Would be nice. Very nice. I think some of that silver as well waved on the chainmail you'll need to use like an actual paint rather than speed paint, because the speed paint over the gold I don't think is working. Okay.
But I see it's pretty much done.
Okay. So what are we moving on to next?
I'm going to stick him on the dragon first.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, we've got a few people joined us a little bit. We're not sat on our own
Can't
anymore.
reach back there.
So we've got, oh yeah, the Marsh Crawler is a nice model. The big monster models for the Crawlballs are pretty great, they are. Although this isn't as big as I thought. When I compared it with the Breaker Boss on the Troggoth, I was quite surprised how much smaller it actually is. Although actually no, putting them together now, it's not much smaller. It just seems it, feels it. But yeah, so this is one that I painted previously. This was the Breaker Boss on my Brute Troggoth, which I'm very happy with. He came fourth in the KFC painting challenge.
Who?
Music
This guy.
licensing reimagined.
On Friday.
The KFC.
Yeah, KFC.
You
Kev's.
win KFC.
No, you don't win KFC.
Oh.
Kev from the Hobby Corner. It was his monthly challenge. He does a little painting competition and he sets a different theme. This theme was anything except a Space Marine or a Stormcast. So that wouldn't have been good for you. So yeah, very happy with him. And this Marsh Crawler is pretty cool. Who else we've got? Oh no, we've got Al. Hi Al, nice to see you.
Music
Yeah, just watched some rerun, don't worry. The original post that we put up was wrong because I tried to be clever and put it on with our mobile to schedule it, and then didn't realise that it didn't sync with the computer. So there you go, live and learn. Wickerman's with us. Evening, mate. Thank you very much for joining. What are you guys all up to this bank holiday weekend? Do you know what we're doing tomorrow a little bit?
My friend's best to go to town actually.
Okay, well we'll be going to town anyway. A couple of things. Tomorrow is Mayfest in our local town. There'll be a parade. There's going to be there's a Robin Hood play in Richmond Castle. Which it should be quite cool. It's supposed to be quite funny. So we'll go see that. There's a parade, there's loads of other bits and bobs going on, so we'll go do that. And then to top it all off, at 2 o'clock, the local duck club are doing a duck race. So we have our ducks ready. Basically, if anyone's not heard of a duck race before, or this type of duck race, there are, I don't know, maybe 2,000 rubber ducks thrown into one end of the river. They flow downstream. First duck home wins £400, second duck £300, third duck £200, and last duck home wins £50. And the rest goes to the local duck club, who organise events for various different things for children in the local area, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, it's a grot model. That guy on the Troggoth is the only one I don't own yet from the line. Nice paint job. Oh, thank you very much. I did find with that one, I tried to use some washes on it after I'd finished painting, and it just made it really shiny. It didn't work. So I did manage to dull it down though with a bit of dry brush work, but that took quite a while. But I'm very, very happy with the outcome. Thank you very much. Wickerman, chill day today, getting stuff ready for work tomorrow on a bank holiday. Oh no. Sucks to be you. Sorry. But I think that'll probably mean a bit more time off at another day for you. So have a good one and get yourself ready for that. Right, so I've got that red grot. He's red, he's red, he's red. They might need another coat later on, but I think we'll be okay with that. Right, what's next? Let's have a look. I might go with this platform here. Now, there is a brown I really like in the contrast paint range. I do like the snakebite leather one. This one was originally a paint for the Space Marine satchels and the gun holsters, but it's one I've really got to like. So, we can give this one a whirl. Let's see. This nice big brush, I think. Little devil do ya. And see how this comes out. I think these bits here are going to have to be a little bit of silver. I could always dry brush that on afterwards. Maybe it doesn't need to be the neatest of jobs now. Let's just splash a bit of paint on here. That might be too light, in fact. But we could always add a second coat. Let me see. No, I'm happy with that for now. Bit like a sloppy poo brown, I think we'll call that. What do you think? It's a bit light, isn't it?
Yeah, red looks like diarrhea. Wait, what are you trying to make it look like?
I don't know. Brown. It's a platform. It's going to be brown. I'm worried about spilling this.
Looks more like curry night.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I'm going to keep going with it. I like it. It's my hobby. I will paint it how I want.
Reimagined.
Right. Okay. It does look like diarrhea. But never mind. Body on, let's keep going. Let me see. So for those of you that have just joined us, we're just talking about our Warhammer Heroes Award that we've been very luckily nominated for and won. If you're watching this on the rerun, you might want to skip past this bit. But we have just found out this week that we are both getting a plaque at Bugman's Bar. So we're getting an individual one. Yours is going to say Noah Little Bear Brown, and mine will say Craig Big Bear Brown. We've been invited to the awards evening, which is until November the 21st, which is the same day as the Warhammer Finals Grand Tournament in Atlanta, Georgia. So their ceremony, or people attending in the US, will be going on the same date. So let's hope you don't win a Warhammer competition anytime soon, Little Bear, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. And so so we've been invited to the awards evening. We have no idea what it entails yet. They said they'll follow that up at another date and another time, and then they will tell us what's going on. What we do know is that we have a free hotel room paid for as part of the award prize. We've also been told that we can bring a guest, so Uncle Jim Bear has graciously accepted his invite to come along. And then we also get a combat patrol or spearhead patrol as part of the prize as well, of our choice. So Little Bear was just saying that he's decided to go for an Age of Sigmar Carderon Overlords. Why did you choose those anyway, Little Bear?
They just look cool, I guess.
Fair enough. I don't think you need another reason. Yeah. Whereas at the minute I'm undecided. So help me out in the chat. What do you think I should go for? Should I go for an Age of Sigmar range, or should I go for a 40k combat patrol?
Dad.
Yeah.
What colour should I do with this ice skin?
Which guy is it?
It's this big guy. like this kind of this beast skin.
Or the beast skin. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think if you looked at like in all the magazines and stuff like that and what have you, it would probably be like a silvery grey, but I'd say just do whatever colour you want. Maybe like a light green or something. Might be quite cool. Or is that too orky?
That's too orky.
Um,
Go for either an orange or a blue. Dunno.
well, what about your dragons? So you've got one dragon you've done red. What colour are you doing the other dragon?
I was gonna do him red as well. That's the thing.
What the other dragon? So you're gonna have two red dragons. Okay. What about having them red as well, or do you not want to do them all the same?
I think the beast will look cool. Orange or blue. Either one. Don't know which one there.
I don't know. That's the chat. What do you think? Orange or blue for little bears?
Orange or blue. Like this guy. This. Can't find where the camera is. There you go. The beast, this guy here.
So orange or blue?
Yeah. Well, we need to see if we actually have an orange or blue.
Oh, we've got a couple of orange and blues.
Got.
Are you after a speed paint?
Yes. They're my favourite.
So there's contrast paints and speed paints.
There's Nuclear Sunrise. Bright Red, which is orange. And blue. And Tidal Wave.
What are you thinking?
Turquoisey. That's what he said.
Right, well, if Wickerman says turquoise, then go with turquoise.
Could I mix two colours, or would that not work?
What, with the speed paints?
Yeah.
I've got no idea. I mean, you could test it out in your palette.
Well,
The problem is,
I'm gonna get one of these 3D printed guys out just to test it out.
the problem is, if you run out of that paint, you will probably never get the exact mix again.
Probably not.
So that would be my only warning to you with it.
I was gonna try. Put these oranges back.
Sleep on your table.
Oh, I'm not gonna use them. Actually, no, we've got a turquoise. Is that a turquoise?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got one. Perfect.
Pretty easy. Okay, same question, Wickerman, are you there? The Maya Brute Sloggoth. What colour should we go for this guy at the bottom? And I've just seen that I've missed the little drummer boy's legs. Probably shouldn't have stuck him on as well. Kept the other guy separate and stuck this guy down. I thought it would be easy to paint him.
That's a nice colour, that. That's turquoise.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Music licensing.
Okay, go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Looks really good.
Right, okay. Yeah, so going back to the Vanguard or Combat Patrol box, just to decide what it is, which one I want. Because at the minute I don't know.
You should go with a Sigma.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Sigma.
Sigma. So Sigma-wise, I do like Seraphon, Dragon guys, just because of the dragons.
They look pretty cool.
Music licensing reimagined.
I like the idea of like the Chaos Demons, something along those lines. I do like the Fire Slayers. Now, Harry's given me a couple of those to paint up for him, so that'll be a good chance to practice on those and see what I think. But I'm not sure.
You not got long till you have to give it in.
No, I need to reply to them this week by email to say which one it is we want. So I do have to make a decision pretty soon.
Well, I've made that decision, so it takes
So you definitely want the Carderon Overlords?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
If that's what they're called.
Yeah, that's the job. I'm not sure about this Marsh Crawler Slugger. I think I might go for a grey, which will be similar to this guy. Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking of a bit of army coherency.
This is why I love the speed paint, because it just goes in the cracks really, really well.
It does, it looks lovely. It looks really nice. So I'll do a zoomy zoom just on you. And there you go.
Where's it? Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Time to get on the live stream. Right, okay. Let's go with... Ooh, I don't know. Shall I go for pink?
For what?
No, because then the pink and the red things, I don't think that would go. For this big giant Marsh Crawler Slugger, I'm just not sure what to go with. Do I just go with grey?
Music licensing reimagined.
Orange, no, because the orange and the red won't go. Just like, well, I suppose orange and red do go. Maybe. Maybe. I do like this one, the Griffhound orange. Let's have a look. No, because the Griffhound orange is the same colour that I used to paint the Great Gnash Tooth. But then maybe that's a good thing. So the Great Gnash Tooth, he's in that same orange, the Griffhound orange.
Music licensing
I did that the same, and it's a similar sort of beast. Let's just do it. Once the paint's on, that's it. No going back. There we go. What I could do though is I could maybe add like a dry brush over the top in a slightly lighter colour just to make it a bit different. I think that would work. Yeah, we're going with orange. It's on now. Ooh, what did I do there? Alright, there we go.
Well, I could not see what you were doing.
No, I just clicked something on the mouse and it shrunk everything down, which I don't think will have made a difference to anybody on the other end watching. It just did for me on the screen here.
Licensing reimagined.
How are you getting on?
Me?
Yeah.
Good, yeah. Not too bad.
Artlist.io.
Let's see, there we go. Is that Marcus ringing you again?
Uh-huh.
Have you told him that you were preoccupied?
When I say 20 minutes, it takes 20 minutes very literally.
Music licensing reimagined.
Marcus collects Tau, is that right?
Yeah.
Here we go. That's looking good. Happy with how it's going. Not the easiest thing to paint though. Picking some of the angles you've got to go off underneath.
Artlist.io.
We'll get that. I think it's going to need a second coat. I think that's obvious. As I'm putting this on. And I don't know if that's because of the white undercoat underneath. It's slipping a little bit of paint.
Music licensing
I'm not
reimagined.
sure. But
What it's doing, you do that, I'll do it like that. I'm literally tapping the brush against it, it just goes in the crack.
oh really?
Very satisfying.
Yeah, so I think for anyone that's like beginners painting wise, I do think the contrast paints are great.
I think I'm a beginner type. I'm good.
It's not that you're not good. It's just practice.
I'm not really experienced. There you go.
It's just practice with the different paints and different styles, and I think watering down the paints is a big thing.
Not the skin paints.
Oh, no problem, working man. Oh yeah, that's a very early start. Thanks for tuning in, appreciate it. See you laters. Here we go.
Artlist.io.
Getting the brush into some of these cracks and crannies is not easy. You can turn the model upside down and inside out. But I suppose that's where, again, like you say, these contrast paints and speed paints work well, because if you can just get the brush to touch, then the paint comes flowing off it. And it just runs really nice. Me and Mummy Bear went to the beach today.
Artlist.io.
Had a nice walk along the beach at Seaton Crew. You've been before. Far away.
Music licensing reimagined.
Yep. Oh yeah, nice. I'd be tempted to give it a second coat of that turquoise though. I think it would just make like the bits in the cracks a bit darker.
I like how it is. You look at you probably define some cracks. Maybe not the cracks. Yeah, the cracks.
So the only problem with some of your story casts, I think, is GW announced a couple of weeks ago that they're nerfing a load of them.
I haven't even played the game yet, to be honest, so I don't even know what the stats are.
No, exactly. And they have said that that's only going to be from like competition, like big giant competitions. They're still going to release rules for them, so you can still play them, unless you're going to like big giant worldwide tournaments. And I think they said they're going to release, like they're going to keep updating the stats for them until 2025. So you will be absolutely fine. I think some of them are like the big. Some of the things they've got rid of are, and it's just because they're re-releasing the models with a different name and slightly different, like model range.
Music licensing.
A lot of people not happy about it.
It's a cash grab, basically. Re-releasing the same models for money.
Yeah, but they are making changes to them, making them slightly different. But I think some of the models in the range that they're getting rid of are only a couple of years old, so it is a bit naff, really. I get it, but I don't get it. Because when they did it with Space Marines, at least the Space Marine ones they were getting rid of were like really old, like 10 years old or older.
Artlist.io.
But some of these Stormcast ones are only like 3 years old, so it's a bit harsh. Especially because you can still buy some of those models in the shops now.
Yeah.
And that's not really very on if like they're still selling them now. Somebody new comes into the hobby, picks up those models because they really like them, and then find out there's a new edition come out a few weeks later, and they can't use them. Well, they can, but they can, but they can, but they can't. If you know what I mean.
No, it doesn't. Wait, absolutely serious.
Well, it does, but it doesn't.
Sure.
Artlist.io.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with this orange. So here he is, putting together nicely. Did you just watch my YouTube short how to make how I did the base using the Miller put?
I don't know.
It's a bit like Play-Doh.
No, I did actually.
Yeah, so it's a bit like Play-Doh. You squash it together, and after like a while, it becomes rock hard.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
I'm really happy with the base and how it's come out though. And it's the same technique I used on the other big guy, but I added a bit of cork with that one as well, just for a bit of something different. And I preferred it rather than using those technical paints, like the Armageddon dust and stuff, which are just like the sand. You can add those to it, but it just gives you a little bit of something different. There we go. Right, orange and brown, a little bit of red. Get in there.
Artlist.io.
Right, there we go. We're getting on a bit of gold finish.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you finish that gold, then we'll call it a day for tonight. It's quite a quiet evening. I think bank holiday. Lots of people are busy. Lots of people got things going on. And also, it won't have helped that my link didn't work either. So, thank you very much to everyone that's joined in and tuned in. It's been a good start just to get started on the couple of different models for us both, and one that we can carry on. That blue looks really nice.
It does, yeah.
It's like an electric blue. Are you going to do the other guys dragon in a similar colour?
Yeah, I'll do blue.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Turquoise. Thank you to Wickerman for the suggestion.
Excellent. Yeah, so thanks to everyone that joined us. Kayama, Al, and Wickerman. Hope you have a lovely rest of your bank holiday weekend. I've been Big Bear.
I've been Little Bear.
Happy gaming. Bye.
Bye.
Artlist.io.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.